WWE releases. We had a lot of releases yesterday come out of nowhere, although maybe not so much out of nowhere because obviously there's the big merger. And a lot of times when companies merge, there is going to be cost cutting. But we haven't had any WWE releases in a while. AJ, any names surprise?
Not really. I think Dolph Ziggler was probably the biggest surprise to us due to the fact that we have been hoping for Dolph for so long and they've held on to him. I'm sure some of the names will be surprises just because you probably didn't remember the WWE still had them.
Right. No, I mean, who do you think on your short list here out of these names has the biggest upside in terms of getting picked up by AEW or another company?
I mean, I would think Dolph Ziggler, to be honest with you. I think that Dolph Ziggler obviously is such a big name. A lot of them I couldn't believe were still working. Dana Brooke she's been basically spotlighted on recent NXT. So I guess she would be a little bit of a surprise. It could have some upside to her. Mustafa Ali definitely got some upside. Once again, he's been in a storyline on NXT where he's supposed to be part of the story this week coming up.
Yeah, he has a match coming up with Dom. Was scheduled for WWE No Mercy. So
yes, so that's going to have to be changed now.
Yeah, very interesting. The Dom might get a new opponent. I mean, this happened once in the past with, what was the guy's name? Drake Maverick. Remember him? And they ended up
making such a big noise for him. Well, if you remember, he started with Impact. He was Rockstar Spud on Impact before he was with NXT.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and he did such a big thing. I don't think that's going to happen here. Ali is going to make some waves wherever he goes. He's one to look out for. Other than Mustafa Ali, I would say I agree with you. Dolph's brothers in AEW.
I mean, Riddick Moss with Emma could be something somewhere. They're actually a real-life couple.
Oh, like Emma, I think, is such a potential for any women's division.
Well, she's been a rock star everywhere she goes except for the WWE.
Right.
And even in the WWE, she had a following as Emma, but they just never seemed to be able to do anything with her. No. I know you're upset that your boy Top Dollar is no longer going to holla.
You know what? I think there's a chance he could do something somewhere too, just given his size.
Yeah. Well, what about Elias, Rick Boogs?
Yeah.
I mean, Elias was over.
Sure.
They just stopped him.
Boogs has incredible strength. I think he's got charisma. So there's a lot of these guys that I think were legitimately lost in WWE that have a chance. I do want to put on the flip side too, though. AEW is extremely oversaturated right now with a lot of talent themselves, even though they just lost CM Punk. And it's not so much that a lot of these guys could be home runs at AEW, but I think we've seen now too, it's not an automatic home run. Like in the beginning.
Remember, you also have Ring of Honor.
You do?
You have Impact Wrestling. And you have people like Aaliyah. Aaliyah is a good young talent. Unfortunately, she seemed more focused on riding horses than she did on her wrestling career. I got to tell you, the funniest thing, we talked about Emma. The funniest thing is right before she got released, Emma actually put, because there's an event now coming to Perth where they're going to actually do a pay-per-view. So she was like, finally, a dream come true. I'll be able to be on this pay-per-view in my home country. Literally right after that, she had to put something up on Instagram because, never mind, I've been released.
As far as the WWE go too, I mean, if I was Billy Corgan, like, man, maybe now would be a time to back up some of that money truck and try to get some of this talent. Like, you know, he's a guy that has the money out there that just hasn't seemed to really truly want to invest in it.
I think Elias would do good. I think Rick Boogs would do good with them. You could always bring in Shelton Benjamin, who's a tremendous veteran.
Yeah.
Mace has a great look. I'll tell you what, one that did surprise me, that might not have surprised you quite as much, was Mansoor, because of their relationship with the Middle East, with Dubai. And that kind of surprised me a little bit because it's nice to have that. They literally got rid of both of their athletes that are Muslim athletes for the next time they go over there.
Yeah, it's surprising, especially given the merger and how big Saudi Arabia for them.